Hello. Oh, is my Fugi not working? Just a second. My Discord needs to be changed. Hey Marcel, how's it going? Now, ep. Huh. Why isn't that working? Uno momento, por favor. So I'll turn that just a little. Oh, it's because I'm muted. There. Now it should work. Good morning. I am gonna be doing some Gunpla and drinking coffee and chatting a little bit. I realized I was like, okay, I just need to move my webcam over to do the hand cam. And then I was like, oh, right. My webcam is what, Hey, how do I pronounce your name? Is it Races? Is it Races? How do I do it? Oh, right, my Discord's also really sensitive right now. That's why I'm always active on my Fugi. Hold on. I was just doing karaoke on Discord, so I changed all my settings, but it's driving my Fugi now, so it matters. There, that should be a bit more accurate. But yeah, we are gonna be building, boom, the HG Kampfer. I've had this sitting in my backlog for like over a year. And I just hadn't gotten around to building it, and so I was like, you know what? If I schedule a stream to build it, then I have to start. So that's what I'm gonna do. Get some nice... Oh, Gunpla ASMR. Just gonna open up all the runners. This will be nice too, because I haven't built just like an HG in a while. A lot of the stuff I've been building has either been like an MG, or I was building like one of the near flight suits, which had a whole bunch of pieces. So I'm kind of looking forward to building something that's just a little bit simpler again. And it not taking me 5 ever to make. Sound of me biting open the Gunpla packages. Scissors? Why would anyone use scissors when you have perfectly good teeth in your mouth, you know? Mmm. Got our poly caps and our grapple hook. And oh my god, the Kampfer has like 1, 2, 3. It has like 4 runners for its body, and then it has like 2 full runners just for its weapons. Hi, Vino. But when I am done, which probably won't be on this stream because I take forever to sand down pieces, but it's gonna be like this. It's gonna be the Kampfer. The Kampfer is a super cool mobile suit. It was in, while I get started, I'm gonna talk about the Kampfer, because I like it very much. It was in an OVA called War in the Pocket, which is very good, actually. I think it's probably one of my favorite short little... like a little seatbelt. I was strapped in. But yeah, War in the Pocket's probably one of my favorite short little, like, bite-sized Gundam things. And as part of it, also parentheses is here. Hey, baby. Yeah, I'm gonna be building stuff there. I'm gonna be putting stuff to... I can't do that if you're here. Hey. Honey. Yeah, I know you're a good kitty. Come here, come here, come here. Come on. Off the table. Yes, everyone sees your bum. Yes, you're very good. Yeah, she is very attention driven. She's such a little diva, aren't you? Aren't you, you little rascal? What do we start with here? B and A. That makes sense. But yeah, so the Kampfer is a mobile suit that shows up in War in the Pocket, and it is essentially it doesn't look like it, but it's kind of a stealth suit. And it's not stealth in terms of when it starts moving, but it's stealth in terms of getting it somewhere. And that's because the whole point of it is that it's shipped to this location in pieces, in like a whole bunch of little pieces and containers, and then it's assembled on location and then deployed. And it's supposed to be being used to destroy the experimental Gundam being developed on this colony. Which, of course, doesn't go very well. But it's really cool. And the fact that it still has this huge cult gathering, even though it only shows up for, like, one scene in all of Gundam, just goes to show how cool the Kampfer is. Where's the A runner? That's C. That's also C. That's E. This must be A. Yes. So we need A3. Yeah, so putting it together like this is canon. When those brave Zeon soldiers got the Kampfer, it was all in plastic runners like this. And they had to snip it out and file it down and put it together. But yeah, it's a very cool mobile suit. It's very fast, and it has shotguns, which is like not something you really see in Gundam. The only, I guess, downside of it is that in order for it to be light enough to be shipped and also to move quickly, it has like no armor. So it basically just ends up getting like ripped apart, but it's still very cool. And it's just got a really neat design too. Unfortunately, it hasn't gotten a new model kit in a long time. Like this one is, I think, from like 2008 or something, so we might see its age a little bit when we're putting it together. But I really hope it gets like a real grade or something at some point, because it deserves it. Snip, snip, snip. Also, I have a big cup of coffee. Yum, yum, yum. Alright. Time to start sanding. But yeah, probably not much is going to happen this stream. I'm just going to kind of chill and put this guy together. But how are y'all doing? What's new with y'all? I understand now when I watch like streams of people doing free talks and they pause for a second and then they're like, so is anything new with you guys? And it's because we don't know what to say. So we search for topics. Hey, that's good to hear. I'm glad you're getting healthier. You were a sick cat for a while. Hopefully the sound of me sanding these pieces isn't too horrible over the mic. But if it is, I will move them further away from it when I sand. But getting healthier is good. I actually haven't gotten sick in a little while, which is good because I've used up like I can do it right next to the mic. I don't think it'll sound good, but you can tell me. Eh? I feel like the glass file has kind of a high-pitched noise, which I feel like wouldn't be as nice to listen to, but I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. I should snip the pieces out right next to the mic, though, because I know that sounds good. Oh, and if I'm standing next to the mic, it means I also blow the dust off, which is a classic. I actually do have... I'm not going to do it for this stream. Oh, I can turn the music down a little. For the Gunpla ASMR experience. I'm not going to set it up for this stream, but I actually do have a spare mic. I bet I could set up like a really pseudo ramshackle binaural setup and try and do an actual Gunpla ASMR. That might be fun. POV, you're a Gunpla kit, and NoA is assembling you. Oh, look at all your rough little edges here. That's the problem is, I feel like that has to be the biggest struggle with doing ASMR, is not just like laughing directly into your extremely sensitive microphone. Yeah. You're a little tiny plastic piece and NoA dropped you on the floor POV. Ah! Oh, hi parentheses. Are you gonna walk back over here? Just don't knock any of the pieces on the floor, okay? Or eat them. Hey, girl. Yeah. I know, I've got stuff here. What's all this stuff, huh? What's all this stuff? Why does NoA have so much stuff and it's not for parentheses to play with? That just seems unfair, doesn't it? That just seems unfair. Yeah, Go on. There you go. Okay, polycaps. I think I put those somewhere. Oh, here they are. Need PC5. These probably won't make a good sound because they're soft. She hungers for the plastic. So this is gonna go in like this. And then these. What's the positioning on these? Okay, I think I get it. They're so dusty. Oh, she'll play with anything. Foil balls, yes. Although actually I don't like using foil balls for her that much because she likes to bite stuff. And I think like biting foil feels bad. And it can be sharp if you like get jagged edges on it. But she has this little someone I know made her this little felt octopus. And she really likes that. I mean, she can eat the foil, but she shouldn't eat the foil, you know? Where is my panel lining pen? Oh, we're already... Oh, no, here it is. I was about to say, we're already there. We're already in the... NoA leaves the stream to go search for stuff. Aw, that's cute. They go and fetch them. Yeah, Theses also likes... Like, she'll play with her toys on her own, but she definitely likes you to be actively participating. So she'll, like, grab her little frog, and then she'll be like, NoA, throw the frog. Make the frog move for me, and I'll show you how to catch it. There's the panel lines for that. Now put them on this guy. I think once I put this together, I might weather it and make it look like a Kampfer that wasn't destroyed like an hour after it was deployed. But yeah, if you are looking for something to kind of get a taste of like Universal Century Gundam with, War in the Pocket's quite good. It's basically like a movie. And it's set at Christmas time, so it's a good Christmas movie. A lot of people recommend 08th MS Team as kind of like a way to get in, but I honestly feel like War in the Pocket or Thunderbolt are both better. Then this goes here. And that goes there. Boop. There we go. All right, what's next? Little arm joints from E. Yeah, well, honestly, the thing with Gundam is, for the most part, there's not really a right place to start. Like, most stuff's pretty self-contained. I guess the only thing is, like, some of the UC series are, like, continuous. So you could start in the middle, but yeah, AC6 soon. I'm pretty excited. You could, like, start in the middle of, like, some of the UC storyline, but it might make you a little lost. But, like, most of the stuff is self-contained. You can pretty much just watch any Gundam and you're good to go. It's just like if you start on Zeta, you might be like, who's Amuro? But even then, I feel like it does a decent job of, like, catching you up. But yeah, I'm pretty psyched for Armored Core. There's so many good games coming out. We've got Baldur's Gate really soon. Remnant just came out, which is really fun. And then Armored Core at the end of the month too, or the end of next month, I guess. It's basically August already. Also, the soundtrack we have playing in the stream is from Turn 8 Gundam, which is also entirely self-contained and very good. I mean, yeah, you can just go from oldest to newest for Gundam, but then you have to watch like a billion things. There's a lot of Gundam. Hi, Bun Bun! Or like that old Witch from Mercury is popular right now, and it's entirely self-contained too. The one that just came out. And it's pretty good. I'm assembling. I'm snapping, I'm sanding, I'm clipping. I builded the robot. There's those, and then we need 2 more polycaps. That one. And that one. And then the top of the body. See, the nice thing about building like a simpler kit is you see progress happen a lot quicker. So like as soon as we're done this step, we're already going to have kind of the base of the body. It is, actually. These are all, you can see, maybe if I hold it up. Everything's got these little pegs everywhere, and they just kind of clip into each other, and you don't even need any glue. Easy peasy. Bandai are geniuses when it comes to plastic models. To be fair, they've made like hundreds of thousands of them probably, but because glue is tricky wicky. So I just like stuff I can snap together. It is funny, I feel like Gunpla wrongly gets this reputation for being like really complex. And I feel like it's like way easier than the majority of other plastic models. Just because they've had so much time to kind of like practice and perfect and stuff. Like, everything fits together without any glue. The instructions are pretty clear. I guess the only thing is, like, yeah, there's a lot of pieces, but the plastic's colored, so you don't even have to really paint unless you want to make it look better. I feel like Gunpla is like perfect for baby's first plastic model. And then if you want to get more complex, you can move on to other types of model kits, or you can just start making your Gunpla more complex yourself. Alright, how do these go? These go on like this. Oh man, Turne's soundtrack is so good. Shout out to Yoko Kanno. Wow, that's a really tight fit. Is that right? Yeah, it says it's right. Yeah, I do know, like, some people that do, will, like, customize their kits. So they'll either, like, kit bash, like, use pieces from other kits and make them fit together, or they'll use plastic putty to sculpt pieces, and that stuff's really cool. I think you could probably do some pretty neat stuff with, like, a decent 3D printer, too. And just, like, print your own pieces to add on. Get on there, come on. Okay, and then where do these go? In here. But which goes where? Like this. Oh, I should add some little bit of panel lining there. Panel lining is basically, you have this little marker that has very watery black ink, and then for little details, those I'm probably gonna paint. But little details where there's recessed pieces in the plastic, you can add just a little bit of black ink, and then wipe away the excess. That's probably not visible on that one, but it just adds a little bit more definition and makes the details pop a little more. So it's a really easy way to make your models look better. Yeah, exactly. Like, there's technically already shadow there because there is a physical piece of the model like that, but you just give it a little bit more oomph. Yeah, some people do, they just do like an acrylic wash, and that'll have the same effect. But it's definitely easier, in my opinion, to just use like a panel liner. Ba-ba-bum. And look at that. We've already got a little upper body. The Kampfer kind of has, like, big boobs. It sticks out in the front a lot. So what's next? We're gonna put in the head. Well, not the head. The collar. So that's A again. Where did I put A? A19. Where are you? There you are. Boop. Boop. That, and then E9. The other really nice thing about doing a simpler kit like this is it's super easy to find the runner I'm looking for, because there's only like 7 of them instead of like the last thing I was working on was the flight unit, and I think there was like at least like 16 different runners. These ones I can just nicely lay out. Snip. And I think I am gonna do a little bit of painting on this guy. It's got kind of like these yellow pieces, and I think they would look cool if I painted them gold. So I'm gonna do that. But again, I'm just gonna be lazy and use like a Gundam marker. I'm not gonna spray paint or airbrush or anything, because that takes a lot of time, and also I need to go outside for it so I don't poison myself and my cat if I want to use other painting methods. Yeah, so I've got these things. I love these. They're so useful. They're called Gundam markers. And basically they're just like a big felt pen tip, and then they've got like plastic paint in them. And so you can just kind of paint it on just with the little marker, and it dries super quick, and then ta-da, you have details. I've got, they make them in all kinds of colors, but basically I just get the gold and the silver ones because they're really useful for just adding a little bit of detail to make things pop a little bit more. Gonna add some panel lining on the collar here. Look at all the little details. This music is making me think of... I was watching a video the other day, and this happens to me semi-frequently because Mr. Kevin MacLeod is a composer that has done a bunch of royalty-free music. He's like the Western version of... wow, I'm forgetting now. The JP site that has all the royalty-free music. Anyways, so this thing happens to me where the first time I heard a lot of his tracks was in Hatoful Boyfriend, because most of the soundtrack in Hatoful is from Kevin MacLeod, because it's royalty-free. Yeah, Dova Syndrome, that's what I was thinking of. Thank you. But so sometimes I'll see videos and people will use a Kevin MacLeod track and I'll be like, why are they playing the Hatoful Boyfriend OST for this? Everyone just loves those birds. As they should. Oh, I had a jump scare the other day. I was No, I know who composed this OST. It was Yoko Kanno. She's a genius. I gotta give respect where respect's due. But I also had a jump scare the other day. I was watching a VTuber's stream, and when they were chatting, the background music they were using was the same music I use for my opening screen here. And I was like, hey! Whoa, I didn't know that Millie Parfait was a big NoA fan. So those are like that. And this goes in like so. Hey, that looks pretty good. Just gonna, I missed a little dot there. Millie. And now we have a little collar piece there. I think the next bit is to add in these little parts. We're gonna put a little yellow piece, but we're gonna make it gold. Actually, I'm just realizing as I'm cutting it out, it probably would have been easier to paint on the runner, because these are so small, but Shogunai, what's done is done. It can't be helped. Now, the tricky part with these is always, look how small this is, you know? And it's really hard to sand them without sanding myself. Because I'm already all pretty and pristine. I don't need any sanding. Hee hee. I wonder actually, I guess that's probably like, if you had a metal face, like your face was all made of metal, that's probably how you'd exfoliate, right? You'd need to like get some sandpaper or something. That little bit. And over here. You need to see which grit is the best for exfoliation. Yeah, probably in like 100 years there'll be robots with YouTube channels talking about, like, you know, so, fashion magazines will say you have to get these brand style wipes, but really if you go down to the nearest human hardware store and get this grid of sandpaper, it works just as well. Life hack. I think to paint these, I'm gonna get... I have these little clips for holding them. I'm gonna just grab some of those. This is the forest of painting. I mostly only really need to use it when I'm painting lots of parts, but it's kind of nice because with these I can just clip the bottom, which isn't going to be visible. And then I can put the paint on them and then just stick them in there to dry. Yeah, Vlad the Impaler makes Gunpla like this. Yeah, this will look good in gold, I think. All pretty. I think there's also... I think there's a couple pieces in this model which can often happen for like the high grades, which are kind of the lower detailed ones. I think there's a couple pieces that are supposed to be yellow that aren't. So this will make it easier because I don't have yellow paint, but I do have gold paint. So I can just paint those pieces gold as well. There we go. So those will probably dry pretty quick, but I can put them in the impaled field for now. Get in there. There you go. And while those dry, I can move on to the next bit and I can sip some coffee. Actually. Right. So the inside of all the thruster bells on this guy are supposed to be yellow, but, or orange, I guess. But they're just gray on here, so I can paint them. And actually, I might as well just do that right now while they're on the runner and then let them dry, because it's only the insides that need to be painted. I'm concentrating. But yeah, do y'all have any exciting plans for the weekend? I'm very happy to not be working for a few days. Ooh, that's looking good. We've been back in the office at my work, which has been good, I think, actually, because it's nice to see my coworkers in person, and I definitely am more consistently productive. When I work from home, it's like some days I slack off a lot, and then some days I work way too hard, which is like not very good. But the problem is that being more consistently productive is also tiring. Because I'm like, I gotta think a lot. I gotta think a lot more. But all in all, it's been good. It's been nice to see people. Even if after several years of working from home, my coffee production capabilities at home have gotten much more powerful than the coffee production capabilities at the office. Because working at this place is actually what got me into making more like fancy coffee drinks, because they had a espresso machine in the break room. And so I kind of got used to doing that and making lattes and stuff. And then when we started working from home, I was like, man, I really miss the espresso machine at work. And then I realized, Robo, NoA, come on, you can purchase your own espresso machine. And so I did, which has been a great investment. And I started making Americanos and lattes and cold brews and stuff at home. And now that I'm back at work, I'm like, man, my espresso machine at home, it's actually the same model as the one at work. But I'm like, man, my one at home is like, I've taken better care of it. Its pressure isn't as wonky. I've got better beans at home. It's hard to get in for the... There we go. Oh, that's too much. Crap. I need like... I put too much paint in there. Yeah, now the workplace coffee isn't as good. I need like a Q-tip or something. Just a second. I'm gonna go get some Q-tips. Sorry. Some cotton swabs. These aren't brand name. There we go. That worked. But it's still pretty good, and it's free, so I can't complain that much. I'm hoping now that people are getting back there. We used to have like free snacks, and they're not stocked anymore because no one's been in the office for such a long time, but I'm hoping that starts up again. Oh, these are gonna look so good. I love adding just like a little bit of metallic paint to models, because you don't even really need to add that much. And like I was saying earlier too, I think I'd like to weather this one, which is, hi baby. Oh, Theses is here again. For, like Gunpla specifically, there's this technique I really like to use that works quite well called dry brushing. And basically you just get a little bit, oh, hey baby. You get just a little bit of like metallic silver paint on a brush, and you like brush most of it off, so the brush is mostly dry. Yeah, I need to use that Q-tip. And then once the brush is mostly dry, you just kind of rub it along the model. And because there's not very much paint on it, it'll just kind of brush off and adhere to like the edges and the raised bits. And it creates this really nice look on Gunpla. Yeah! It kind of highlights the edges, and it makes it look like it's like where the edges of the armor are, the paint has worn off, and it's showing the metallic surface underneath. It's a really nice effect, and it's super easy to do, which I also appreciate. Girl, come on. My cat's being a nuisance. Yes, I know I'm doing stuff that's not paying attention to you. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. She has been having to adapt to me being back at not working from home as well. Haven't you? She's been pretty good with it, but it's definitely when I get home from work, it's like, okay, you have to come sit on the couch so I can climb on you and say hi. It is pretty sweet. It does make me feel loved. Like, our old cat, when I'd get home from work or from school or whatever, he'd be like, meow, meow, meow. But it's because he'd want food. But with Theses, it's like I get home and I give her dinner, and she's like, okay, I have to climb on you and give you headbutts and stuff for a couple minutes, and then I'll go eat my food. Which is pretty cute. You love me. Yeah, you do. I love you too. Mwah. Hey. Hey. Don't climb on my chair, though. There's not space for you up there. Yeah, I think later today I am going to look at buying glasses for myself for the first time. Whoa, whoa, whoa. I got an eye test recently, because I just hadn't gotten my eyes tested in a while, and I no longer have perfect vision. I had perfect vision for quite a while, and it's still pretty good. It's like I don't need glasses. I can still see stuff pretty well. I can still drive legally without them. It's not a big deal, but I do notice my eyes get a little bit tired. And I could tell, like, when the eye person, I forget what they're called, optometrist? When they were making me look at the little letters and they switched to the glasses lenses, I was like, oh yeah, that's a lot sharper. So I think I will try getting some glasses and see if they make my eyes feel better and make the world look a little prettier. And also, I just think glasses look good, so like fashion-wise, I have an excuse to wear them now, which is cool. Because like when I try on friends' glasses, I think I look cool with glasses. I fit my stereotype of being a nerd better. Of being the smart one. Okay, I'm just gonna add a little more detail to these guys. Yeah, you know, I could also try and just get my eyes replaced, but I don't think they really make my eyes here on Earth, so... Okay, the edges on some of these are a little messy, but it's not a big deal. Ooh, shiny, shiny, shiny. It's like really hard to see on the webcam. Oh, that's a bit better. Look how pretty, look how pretty. So those will look way nicer than just them being gray. And those earlier pieces we painted should be dry now, so we can put them in. And these just go in the side of the chest. Ooh, ooh, focus? Oh, it actually did focus for a second there, and then it was like, nah. Focus? Oh, oh. Nah. But you can see it, even if it's blurry. I like the silhouette of the Kampfer's chest. It kind of looks like a frog. Do you see it? Like the little eyes and then the mouth. So there's that. Now we can move back to... Oh, the piping. These are mostly B and A. Frog. B15. The other nice thing is, I'm not 100% sure, but I think my work insurance might help pay for me getting glasses, which would be pretty nice. So B15 there. And then those pieces are from C. I don't actually know, because I've never gotten glasses before, but I know I've heard some people say that kind of like getting lenses can be kind of pricey here. Like, not breaking the bank or anything, but if someone else can pay for it, I'm more than happy to let them. And then the A pieces, but let's clean these up first. Oh, yeah, I don't mean like contact lenses. I also agree that those are too much bother. But just like the actual like glass for the glasses. Get these pieces all nice and shiny and clean. Cleaning up nub marks, it kind of feels like you're giving the pieces a little bath. Or like a pedicure. You know, like a Gundam spa worker. Sanding off all their little calluses and bunions. I should. The problem is that like they don't ever really need sanding on the tips of their fingers. So you'd have to be more creative than just the mani-pedi. One thing I still don't really get is I know people will go through a lot of effort to like use like pumice or like other things for their feet to like get rid of the calluses on their feet. But I feel like the calluses on my feet are so useful. Like if I order food and I have to go down to pick it up from the delivery person and I don't want to bother putting shoes on, it's like, oh, I got calluses on my feet and they're fine. I can just walk on the rocks. Yeah, it's like super useful. And I mean, I guess maybe I'm not a feet person, so I don't get the I don't know the aesthetics. But I guess maybe it's considered like prettier to have all beautiful smooth feet. But yeah, it's so useful for it to be thick. I like a foot that looks like it can step on a Lego, no problem. You know what I'm saying? I don't wish to be the Lego. No, I'm sorry. I'm sorry to break it to y'all, but NoA doesn't have any interest in being stepped on. Actually, okay, so the one thing from like a purely just relaxation, I feel like having someone like step on your back would feel nice, but not in like a sexual way, more in like a massage way. Just to like put pressure on the muscles. Yeah, that would be like the ultimate power move. You step on the Lego breaks. I mean, it depends. Like, what if they're not that heavy though? Then they'd be fine. Also, my back's pretty strong. I feel like someone could, like, step on my back and it would not be an issue. Just a moment, coffee. I didn't get to it last night because I was lazy. But I was thinking about how to make that healing effect for myself when I drink coffee. Okay, those are the blue pieces for the pipes. And now A9 and A8. Oh, 9 and 8. That's 10 right there. Almost cut out the wrong piece. Okay, so 8 and 7 go in the front. Boom. Man, talking about people stepping on backs makes me really want a massage now. My back hurt. My back hurt all the time. Because my posture sucks. My posture, like, actively really sucks right now, too, because I'm hunched over looking at plastic model pieces. Although it used to be much worse when I first started getting into building Gunpla. I didn't really have a desk to do it at. And I just built it at like I had this little tiny dining room table. The problem is that Theses is really small and light. Theses is only like, she's like 4 kilograms. She's a little lady. But yeah, I used to just build Gunpla at this little tiny dining room table I had. So I'd sit on this little wooden chair and I'd be like hunched right over. And so at least now I have like a decent office chair, a big desk to work at. Started from the bottom, now we here. Aw, Theses is sleeping in her bed now. She's so cute. Such a good little baby. Yeah, she's eepy now, because last night, when No.A was trying to sleep, she was playing her favorite night game, which is called Sprint Through the House and Yell. And how you do it is you run around the house as fast as you can and yell, and then the end destination is No.A's bed, which you leap up onto and then kind of go like, whoa, whoa, whoa. And then you sprint back around the house, and you repeat this a couple times. Yeah, you have some little zoomies. So she does that sometimes, and then if she doesn't stop after a couple laps, then I kick her out of the bedroom and I close the door. I'm like, okay, you lost your bedroom privileges for the night. So how do these go in? I think like this. Yeah, a little goofy game. A little nightly fun time. I have, in the past when I've had to be away sometimes, my mom lives in the same city as me. I mean, lore-wise, oh, my creator, haha, wink wink. So sometimes she'll come and stay here and look after the cat. Because I think she's accepted that this is as close as she's gonna get to a grandchild, probably. Because I'm not interested in having kids. But when I came back, I'm like, oh, was Theses good? And she's like, she's very talkative. She has so much to say. And I'm like, yeah, she does. There's that bits of these. Go in like so. And then these, do a little panel lining. Yeah, exactly. She's just got so many good opinions she needs to share. I think part of it is that, like, I've kind of encouraged it because I talk back to her. And I've read that actually cats meow specifically to talk to us. Like when they're communicating with other cats, they use a lot more body language. But with their humans, they're like, oh, these guys are so dumb. They can't do cat body language good. But they make noises a lot. So clearly that's how they communicate. And so they make noises back to us. And so because I have little conversations with parentheses, because I'm a crazy cat robot, it's probably encouraged her to be more talkative back. Because she's like, oh, this is working. We're talking. We're having a convo here. Okay, this one goes on the other side, I think. Like that. Yeah, she's like, oh, look, I'm training my human to be able to speak. Is correct. Is it? I hope so. We'll find out when we try to put it on the main piece. Okay, we need one more little pipe piece. Where is that? A. She has a lot of opinions. Some of them maybe I can't say on stream. She's a very opinionated lady. But she says meow, and she says meow, and she also says meow. I know, and that's just like the more minor stuff. Which is like, you know, I do agree with most of the stuff she says, but it is like, you know. I don't want YouTube to ban me or anything. Purred and wah-pilled. It's funny, I feel like she has like a pretty raspy little meow, probably because of how much she meows. But I honestly feel like when I have company over, she like meows cuter. Like when it's just her talking to me, she's like, and then when my friends come over, she's like, meow. She's so two-faced. Yeah, I am happy though. She's gotten so much more social with guests. Like the past few years, it used to be she was really like super shy with anyone but me. So if people came over, she'd just go and hide under the bed until they left. But it's super good now. It's like if people come over, she'll still go and hide under the bed for like the first 5 minutes, but then she'll come out and she'll say hi and she'll get pets and she'll sit on people's laps. It's good. She's getting over her social anxiety. Yeah, she's a good kitty. She's improving her mental health. I honestly feel like she has like a semi-anxiety disorder. She doesn't really care about the vacuum. So she doesn't like getting suctioned like some cats do, but she doesn't like run away from it either. She's just kind of like mildly curious about it. Okay, I think this should all be like this. And now this goes on the bottom here. That does sound like orange cat behavior. Vacuum me. And there, now we got the little pipes around the bottom. And I think now we get to add some of those thrusters we just painted. A4. Oh, A4. Oh, crap, we didn't paint this one. It's separate from the others. Why is it separate? There we go. We can cut off the other pieces while that dries. 5 we did paint. And E12. Oh, that's 21. I had it upside down. Silly, silly. Yeah, well, it's just me being bad at reading. Because I had the runners upside down. This is why I need glasses, maybe. Because not only do glasses help you see better, but they also make you smarter. I've played Disco Elysium. I know how this works. Stubborn little piece. I wonder if people do, because I know there is like Gunpla building ASMR out there, I think. I've never listened to it. But I wonder if anyone does like tries to make it sexy. That's just really funny to me. People are like, oh, you stubborn little nub mark. You just don't want to come out, do you? I don't think I could do that without laughing. Membership content. Be the first one doing sexy Gunpla assembly. POV, you're a naughty little Gunpla kid. But yeah, I don't think I'll ever open any kind of donations or membership or anything for this channel, because I'm just doing it to have fun. And I am in a pretty comfy place financially, which is, you know, lucky, basically. So I don't really need anything. I can just kind of have fun and do stuff on my own. I'd feel, like, really guilty, I think, if people ever donated to me. Yeah, I have coins. Not bitcoins. But normal coins. I have loonies and toonies. Do y'all know about loonies and toonies? Let's talk about loonies and toonies, because whenever people don't know about these, and I tell them that this is what we call $1 and $2 coins in Canada, people, like, don't believe me. But so in Canada, the $1 coin is called a loonie because it has a loon on it. And the $2 coin, the $2 coin has a polar bear on it, but it's called a toonie because it's $2. Actually, I think I might have some. Hold on, I'm gonna get them. Well, I don't have any loonies, but I have a toonie. This is what a toonie looks like. And a loonie is like a little bit smaller than this, and it's all golden. But you can't really see it on my webcam. But it says Canada $2, and then it's got a little picture of a polar bear in there. And then on this side, it has a picture of the Queen. I think this is the Queen that died recently. But yeah, this is a toonie. And yeah, I like the fact that it's got the bear on it. And actually, I think, like, all of our coins have animals. Except for the pennies. Oh, we don't have pennies anymore. We got rid of them. Why not berry? I know. It should be a berry. They should all be named after the animals. Because the other ones don't have weird names. Like, the 25 cents is a quarter. Which makes sense, because it's a quarter of $1. And it has a moose, or an elk, I think, on it. And then the 10 cents is called a dime. Oh, it has a boat on it. It's some significant boat. I don't remember what boat it is. So it's a boaty. And then the 5 cents has a beaver on it. So it's a beavery. And then the pennies are the 1 cents, and they have a little maple leaf on it, but we don't make them anymore. Because at some point we said, you know what? Pennies don't fucking matter. We're not making them anymore. And so we just don't have pennies now. Yeah, don't worry, it's all just a scary story. It's just like Australia, it's not really real. It's just something so parents can tell bad kids that they'll get sent there. Oh, if you don't eat your broccoli, you'll get sent to Canada. Yeah, like, don't worry. I got this off Etsy. Someone who was making ye old Canadian coins. I don't have one, so I can't show it. I think they still have it. I think the coolest thing our money has on it is our $5 bills have the Canadarm on them, which is a big robot arm that gets used on the space shuttle that we made here in Canada, and it's called the Canada Arm. And that's awesome. I do think one of our pieces of money should have puttin on it, though, and it doesn't, which is kind of lame. And it does kind of suck that we have, like, the queen on everything, because, like, who cares? That's one of Theseus' opinions. I'm just saying what my cat said. Don't get mad at me, royalists. Yeah, but, like, we kind of had all these agreements in place that were basically, like, the queen is allowed to tell us what to do on the condition that she never actually does it, basically. It's like, okay, so basically what we're gonna say is, you can tell us what to do, but you have to promise not to do, not to. These guys go in here. And this goes over here. Is this going to be easier to panel line? I think it's fine after I put it on. Oh, does anything else? Oh, no. That's where the bazookas plug in. And then we'll put some black in here. Oh, yeah, I guess there's, like, tons of coins. Is the EU not, like, everything's pounds now? Or I guess everyone still has their own local currencies, too, right? Oh, or not pounds, euros. Sorry. Pounds are Britain. There we go. Yeah, the euro. Look, he's got his little backpack now. And those pretty gold thrusters. Yeah, he's ready to go to school. Funnily, I think in War in the Pocket, when the Kampfer rolls out, it does actually destroy a school. Or in the fighting, a school gets destroyed. And there's this scene where the kids are like, yay, we don't have to go to school tomorrow. Because War in the Pocket's basically about one of the main characters is this little kid. It's basically Tomino. If you've seen that, like, wow, cool robot, and then the Gundam shooting War is bad over the person's head. It's basically Tomino being like, look, you idiots, this is you. Because one of the main characters is this little kid who lives on one of the colonies, and they're kind of like a bit removed from the war. They're like a neutral colony, technically. But the little boy is like, man, Zaku's and Gundams are so cool and awesome, and the war is so cool. And then he kind of gets like pulled into some stuff, and then he's like, man, maybe war isn't cool, actually. I actually, you know, surprisingly, Vino, I don't think there's been like a high school spin-off with the mobile suits. There should be. A lot of series have high school age characters piloting the mobile suits, but I don't think there's actually ever been like a personified mobile suit high school thing, which would kick ass. I'd love that. Oh, we're gonna make, actually, I'm gonna make the head later, because I want to try something that is easier to do off camera, which is, I did it for some of my other kits. I got this big pack of, from the dollar store, I got this huge, like, bag of these little sequins. And they work really well if you can find ones that are the right size and color for the mono eyes on these kits. But I need to, one, figure out where I put them, and two, glue it on stuff. And so I'm going to do that off stream. So we'll make his head later. For now, I believe the next part is the arms. That's on C. So no head? No head. Because you kind of got to glue the eye in there before you put it all together. So that's C5 and C12. I wonder what roles... I wonder what mobile suits even would be in a high school personified mobile suit adaptation. C6. Obviously, like, RX-78-2, which is like the original Gundam, would have to be either like a senpai or a teacher. Yeah, Kampfer wouldn't show up to class. Kampfer probably, honestly, wouldn't even be there. Kampfer's... The cool people appreciate Kampfer, but Bandai does not. So... Zaku would be there, though. C6. Oh, I'll clean these up before I get the polycaps. I think probably what I'd like to get done today is doing the arms. And then in another stream I can do the legs and the weapons. And I'll do the head off screen. The most obvious answer for there being a sexy Gundam that everyone has a crush on is probably the Nobel Gundam, because it literally looks like a magical girl, like Sailor Scout. But the secret option is their Gerbera Tetra has a very curvy design. I'm gonna get pictures of these so I can show examples. Yeah, hot Gundams. The Nobel Gundam's really cool too because it looks like a magical girl, but then it has like a berserker mode. And the Gerbera Tetra. So this is the Nobel Gundam. So this is the very obvious answer. But the secret answer is the Gerbera Tetra, which is also kind of got a big chest going on, you know? Yeah, it's thick. The clumsy childhood friend. That makes sense, honestly. Gerbera Tetra is also funny because it's got, like... I don't know if you can see it in that picture. I think so. Not really. But it's got this giant thruster pack on the back. And so it's perfect for, you know, her running around everywhere really fast, and she bumps into MC around the corner with a polycap in her mouth. It is. It's really big. It's like this huge spike that sticks off the back. Where's a picture from the side? Most people build it without it. Oh, this is a really nice painted one, actually. This looks like a Canada Gerbera. But yeah, like this. But yeah, it's pretty cool design, actually. I think the Gerber is a really cool mobile suit. Those are fuel packs! You cretin! Alright, I'll take that off the screen for now. It's too sexy for y'all. We need to be focused on Kampfer-kun here. Don't y'all handlebars me. That robot's like 18 meters tall. I need the polycap. PC6. Oh, I see. So that goes in there like that. And that goes in the bottom of here. Wait. Like that. PC9. This is the right piece, right? Yeah. That is in like that. Oh, Kampfer-kun's got such big beefy forearms. Are those supposed to be gold too? Let me check. Nope. So I'll just add some black panel lining on them. Yeah, honestly, I would like super recommend, even if you don't ever end up watching War in the Pocket, just like look up the scene with the Kampfer on YouTube because it's so cool. And it's like old, like movie quality OVA animation, so it looks really good. Yeah, it's all old cell animation. Because when did War in the Pocket come out? I want to say the 90s? It might have been the 80s. Yeah, 89. So I was right in this center there. Or, like, between the two, I guess. Yeah, there's just something about mecha cell animation that's so yum. Especially because, like, I don't blame people now that, like, there's a lot more CG for mecha stuff, because, like, fuck, mechs are hard to animate, but oh my god, the cell animation looks so good for them. Okay, what do we need here? A1. Where did I just put my clippers? Oh, they're on my lap. Yeah, there was some amazing cell animation in the 90s. I remember seeing this take on Twitter, which was very accurate, where it was like, you'll see a GIF of like the most amazing animation you've ever seen, and then you'll try and look up where it's from, and it's from something called like fucking Strawberry Oopsies, and it's like some fucking OVA from the 90s that no one's ever heard of. C2. Some bits from E. Where is E? There's E. E5 and E4. I mean, to this day, one of, like, my favorite anime is Furikuri, and that has some yummy looking animation in it, let me tell you what. But it also has a very silly little name. And, well, it's also just a very silly little show, so I guess it fits, but... I have, like, big nostalgia factor for Fooly Cooly too, because it's what got me into watching anime. It's what poisoned my mind in the first place. And as part of that, I'm going to start my pitch for why you should watch Fooly Cooly. You should watch Fooly Cooly because it's super short. It's only 6 episodes, and if you watch them all at once, it's basically the length of a movie, so why not? It's an easy commitment. You can just go watch it. And it doesn't even matter if you don't understand all what's going on, because the music is really good and it looks really nice. So you can just vibe with it, you know? It can just be nice. You don't even need to really engage with it. But there is a story there to engage with, you know, if you dig into it. And, you know, maybe after you rewatch it a couple times, it'll all make sense, just like me. I like Fooly Cooly. Yeah, it's only 6 episodes. It's super short. But it has like over 12 episodes of budget packed into those 6 episodes. It's basically, so after Gainax made Neon Genesis Evangelion, there are some sequels. They came out not that long ago, like several years ago. You don't need to rewatch it, but if you really want to understand what's going on, you probably have to rewatch it. Honestly, I've probably watched Fooly Cooly at like over 10 times now, because it's just so fun and I like it so much. There are some sequel seasons. They're fine. They're definitely not as good as the original, but they don't deserve as much hate as they get for not being the original, if you know what I mean. But you totally, like, they're separate. You don't need to watch them. You can also just watch the original. Oh, actually, I have a figure of the robot from Fooly Cooly. This is Conti. He's the main robot. He's got a TV for a head, and he's really cute. That's part of my sales pitch, too. He's a cutie patootie. He just wants to help out. He sits on my desk and helps me when I'm working. Oh crap, where'd I put my sander? Did I put it on my lap? No? Oh, here it is. Here it is. Yeah, he's minty. He also turns red sometimes. But why that happens is a spoiler. Man, I'm thinking about Fooly Cooly now. I want to watch Fooly Cooly again. Not really. It's not really an Anki thing. It's a different thing. But yeah, anyways, like I was saying, I think I cut myself off thinking about something else. But basically the story behind it was that Gainax, the animation studio, they made Neon Genesis Evangelion, and then the production of that was oh, you have a sticker? That's awesome. But the production of Eva, in addition to the content of the show itself, was kind of depressing and awful. Not awful in like a quality way, but awful in like a, you know, mental way. But it was super successful. And after they made that, and after they started making a bunch of money from it, they were like, okay, holy shit, we need to take a breather, because that was fucking rough. And so they were like, hey, you know what? Let's do just like a funny, silly little project, and we'll have a big budget for it, and you guys just go wild, like try out different animation styles, and try out different techniques and things you want to experiment with. And so they made Fooly Cooly. And you can totally see it in the show. Like, each episode has a different animation director in charge of the episode, and you can see it's not like super drastic, but you can definitely notice that certain things about the art style and the direction change episode by episode. Yeah, Marcel understands. Fooly Cooly's the goat. Yeah, that's part of why it's so short, is like they were really just kind of experimenting and trying out different things, and also it just doesn't need to be long, really. Like, it's got, well, actually, part of why it's so confusing is because it, yeah, that's part of why it's confusing is it's short because they will do a silly joke scene with really crazy animation for like a minute, and then they'll tell you a thing that's really important to the plot, and it will be on screen for like a second. But yeah, it's definitely a passion project. It's cool. There's I listened to at one point on the DVD releases of it. They had like director commentary, and it's pretty interesting to listen to because there's some stuff that is like, oh yeah, that's really interesting, like symbolism wise, like, oh, I hadn't even considered that, you know, the left-handedness versus right-handedness was such a central core theme, and it's cool hearing him explain that. And then there's some stuff where I'm like, they're like, so why did you make the robot's head a TV? Is that like meant to say anything? And he's like, oh, I just thought it looked cool. It's kind of how like in Evangelion there's all the religious imagery, and then when they interviewed the creators about it, they were like, so what does all this mean? And then they're like, oh, we just think it looks awesome. Yeah, in Fooly Cooly it's left and right-handedness. This isn't really a spoiler because it's like digging deep into the symbolism shit. But it's kind of meant to represent someone that is like extraordinary and kind of like breaks the mold. The main character is this kid kind of growing up and feeling like he has to kind of fit into the idea of what he thinks an adult is. And the two characters that are left-handed in this story are both his brother, who we never see because he's like overseas playing baseball, and then the main female lead, Haruhara Haruko, who is this like crazy lady that kind of bursts into the scene and upends everything. But they're kind of like the two people he sort of looks up to and is inspired by. And they're both kind of these larger than life figures as well. And then there's more stuff too, like there's this robot they fight that's a big hand, and it's like, oh, which hand is it, and stuff like that. But yes, good show. That's my pitch. You should watch Fooly Cooly. And then if you watch it and you're like, what happened, Noah? What went on? I'll do a stream where I explain what happens in Fooly Cooly. Because I see too many people who are like, yeah, I really like the show, but it's basically just like silly. It's just, you know, turn off your brain and enjoy it. Nothing really happens. And it's like, no, there is a plot there. Don't get me wrong, a lot of it is just silly, but there is a plot happening. There is stuff going on. Alrighty. I think we've got all the bits for the upper arm here. So these go like... Oh, I need to sand this a bit more. Honestly, there's a couple sequences where it is actually really fun to go through frame by frame. Because like I said, it's definitely a passion project where the animators were having fun. And so honestly, like each frame on certain sequences is its own little work of art. Like you say that as a joke, but I have looked at certain parts of it frame by frame. This is like E5. Here. Oh, okay, this is like this. And then this goes on this side. And you know how this whole horrible weeb poison got into my blood in the first place? Was that I followed a band I liked on Facebook. And one day they shared an AMV someone had made of one of their songs with Fooly Cooly. And I was like, that looks kind of cool. And then I watched it and I was like, whoa! Holy moly! Anime! And then I think the next thing I watched after that was... Right, because it was the same company. It was also Gainax. Then I was like, what else have these guys made? This is crazy! And then I watched Gurren Lagann and I was like, whoa! Like that. Ooh, that's actually a really nice color separation on that piece. That bit goes on the back. And then this goes into here. Oh, actually, I'll add a little bit. Facebook changed me. Facebook made me a weeb. But yeah, I actually didn't really start, like, watching anime and stuff until... I guess I was probably, like, grade 9? Like, until I was kind of starting high school. So I missed out on a lot of the... Like, I never really got into kind of, like, the original, like, big three of shonen and stuff. Well, like, I like One Piece now, but I just read it recently. But, like, I never really read or watched Naruto or Bleach or anything like that. Because I was, like, an edgy teen, and I was like, those aren't for me. I need to watch the cool shows. And that's, I guess, what has molded me into the elitist I am today. Yeah, because I think, like, I watched Fooly Cooly, and then from there it was Gurren Lagann. And then I was like, oh man, anime is cool. I gotta, like, look up what are the good things to watch. And then I think after that I watched, like, Cowboy Bebop and then Trigun, I want to say. And actually, really early on, too, I watched Welcome to the NHK at some point as well. I remember it was early enough in me being a weeb that when I watched Welcome to the NHK, I thought Hitomi's name was Senpai because that's what he always called her, and I didn't know what Senpai meant, and so I just assumed that was her name. Okay, now it's time for the shoulder. D13. Oh, where's D? Welcome to the NHK, also very good. I would recommend that if you have not viewed it. Very different than Fooly Cooly. Also long. Well, longer. It's like 24 episodes, I think. But it's cool. It's about a guy who's a hikikomori, and it's like... It's a comedy tragedy, I guess you could say. I honestly feel like it does a really good job of blending, like, it being very funny and also it being very sad. Yeah, a tragicomedy. A dramedy. Well, it's interesting because it's based on a light novel. And the light novel is written by a guy who, when he wrote it, was also a hikikomori. So he's put a lot of his own experiences into it. And kind of the sad thing is that he wrote the novel as a way to kind of help him, like, get out of that and be able to, like, leave the house again and start seeing society again. And then when the anime got popular, he started getting royalties from it, and it, like, re-enabled him not leaving his house. But I think he's doing okay now. I remember looking it up. You know, this is a good solution if I don't know what to talk about. I can just talk about anime I like, because I can talk about that forever. I have lots of strong opinions on shows that I think people should watch. I do have hot takes. I have positive hot takes, which are, I think this show is underrated and more people should watch it. And then I have lots of toxic hater hot takes too, where I'm like, I think this shit sucks. But I have plenty of positive ones, so I can keep the energy positive with those. I'm a hater. I'm sorry. It's what I do. How does this go in? Like, oh, that's weird. Like that. What? But honestly, like lately, the past couple years, I don't really watch that much anime anymore. I kind of watch stuff occasionally, but I think I'm just like a lot pickier now. It used to be I just watched tons of stuff, and like some of it I'd be like, yeah, this is super good, and some of it I'd be like, this is okay, but I'll finish it. And now it's kind of like, unless I am really grabbed by a synopsis to something, I won't even like start it. Yeah, manga's, I think, like an easier commitment. I also, like, I didn't used to read much manga at all, and I think I read more manga now. I've totally been meaning to start Golden Kamuy, but I haven't done it yet. But I want to, because it looks really good. I don't know, have you ever seen the interview with, I forget his name now, but the mangaka behind Golden Kamuy, his interview where he's talking about Dungeon Meshi? It's so funny. I found it. I'll do a dramatic reading. So, the interviewer says, Golden Kamuy was voted number 2 by male readers in Kono Manga ga Sugoi 2016. First of all, please tell us your honest feeling about it. Noda. It's awful. Position number 2 is for the loser. And they're like, too bad, yeah. No one will remember you if you're not number 1. Can you name the opponents when Nomura Tadahiro won the Olympics gold 3 times in a row? No, I can't immediately recall. It's like that. And then they're like, yeah, when the first volume came out, it was also placed second. Did it feel great when Nomura got silver medal? It's like that. And then they're like, despite using judo as an analogy, thank you for the easy to understand explanation. By the way, in both rankings, the number 1 spot went to Unforgivable Dungeon Meshi. It's so funny. I think there was another part of that same interview where they asked him, like, is there any other manga you're reading? And he's like, I don't read any other manga. Everyone else is a competitor. Funny dude. But yeah, I should start Golden Kamuy soon, because my problem is everything I'm reading right now is like ongoing and releasing chapters very slowly, and it's painful. Yeah, I definitely think I'd like it from everything I've seen of it. Just a bunch of crazies looking for treasure, eating animals, taking their shirts off. Okay, there's those two. They need another polycap. So this one goes in the bottom, and then the one we put together before goes up here. impressed by how much detail this kit has for an HG, actually, and for like an old one. Like, it's neat that the under part of the shoulder that's not the armor has details on it. Because I'm pretty sure this is just going to get covered up by the armor. Yeah, it's good. I think people's main complaint about this kit is that there's some parts of it that have pretty bad seam lines. So like on, I think some parts of the legs or like the back thrusters, like the two pieces of plastic go together like this, so there's the big seam in between them. But that doesn't really bother me that much. Okie dokie, so this goes up here. And then a little hand. Oh, right, this piece. And C3. Give these hands a little pedicure, or a manicure, I guess, for hands. Pedicures for feet. I know that. I took parentheses to get her little mani-pedi this week at the vet, because when her nails get long they need to be trimmed and she is too wiggly for me to do it by myself. So we go to the vet and she does not like it very much. But thankfully she forgives me. Yeah, the thing is I don't really enjoy her rocking the long nails because she likes making biscuits a lot. And she likes making biscuits a lot when she's on me. But she's pretty good at the vet because she gets really scared. So she doesn't really move. And then they just go snip, 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 snip. And it's easy. And it's so funny because they really like her there because she's so cute and adorable, which, you know, I mean, of course they like her. But she's so upset at being taken to the vet that she basically meows nonstop. So we'll come in the door and she's just like, Meow, meow, meow. And they're like, is that parentheses we hear? Yeah. Everyone loves her. Isn't that right? You have so many fans. You're just a good little munchkin. There's the hand. Oh, there is not a lot of flexibility for the hand. That's, the model kit shows its age there. But I made the trigger hand because we're gonna build the shotgun for him later. I think the Kampfer, or I think some other mobile suits have like beam shotguns, but I think the Kampfer is the only mobile suit that has like a projectile-based shotgun in Gundam. Like a kinetic projectile, that is. Alright, now the shoulder. Ooh, this has more gold in it. Shotgun. Yeah, the Kampfer's got... Oops. I need to... It's got a lot of, like, very non-standard weapons you don't see in other Gundam stuff. It's got a shotgun, and it's got this, like, mine whip. It's basically like a whole bunch of magnetic anti-tank mines, like, on a whip, and it... And then they wrap up all around stuff and blow up. It's pretty cool. Oh, actually, I think most of this is going to be hidden, so I can be kind of messy with painting it. Oh, Millie's building Gunpla. Honestly, Millie has, like, such base taste in Gundams. I'm so happy that she likes, like, the No.A suits, too. I'm curious. I'm gonna look at what she just made. See if she still has good taste. She does! She built the Pharact! The Pharact's one of the cooler suits in Witch from Mercury, I think. What other bits do we need for here? B5. That's the toxic NoA coming out. Well, different sides of the country. Millie's Canadian too, but she's on the other side, so it's basically like the other side of the world. Because Canada's too goddamn big. I don't think it's quite 50% of the Earth, but it's quite a bit. I mean, it's not real, so don't worry about it. It's big enough that she's like 4 hours ahead of me in time zones. Before what? A little Gunpla building joke there for y'all. I think... actually, maybe we'll start on the other arm. I think I'm going to finish up at 12, so in about 20 minutes. Because I gotta get myself some lunch and then head out and look at glasses. So this needs PC 12. Wait, how does that work? Oh! This is this way. I'm not sure yet, actually. I might make some nachos. Because I've got chips and salsa and cheese, so nachos is just like a nice little easy thing to make. Oh, I need to panel line this guy first. Yeah, I like nachos. I was wondering if I had leftovers, but then I remembered, no, I had salmon last night and I ate it all because I was hungry. So this goes in like this. That goes there. Snaps together like so. Oh yeah, there's those seam lines people were talking about. Although I think with the seam lines you can explain it as, oh, that's just what the Kampfer looks like. Because it's supposed to be something that's easy to put together by a team behind enemy lines. So it probably just actually does have seam lines like this, and that's how the armor fits together. That's my justification for not having to try and paint over and hide them. But yeah, so here's the arm without the shoulder pad. And then the shoulder pad goes on like this. Oh, so those details actually do show a little bit. So it's nice that they're there. Boop, boop, boom. And it's got some more of those little gold bits we painted inside there. Oh my god, the Kampfer looks so cool. I love this mobile suit. I like that it's got like lots of little thrusters all over it too, like on the sides of the arms and the front too. It actually feels very much like an Armored Core mech, where it's kind of got like, it can boost in any direction it needs to. So let's start the other arm. D13. Or actually, you know what? Probably something I have time to finish up is, let's make the shotgun. And then you can hold it. Make them really armed. Where's the instructions for that? Maybe they just don't even have them on here because they're like, it should be obvious how to make this. Oh no, here they are. actually comes with two. One with a stock and one without. Because the other interesting thing that is actually acknowledged in the scene in the OVA with the Kampfer is that it has limited ammunition. And so it just needs to carry a whole bunch of weapons on it. You sanded down. Yeah, that's the squeak, squeak, squeak of the glass file. All the little tiny microscopic mice inside it biting at the plastic. They're all squeaking. They love eating plastic. That's how it works. Yeah, so this thing, you rub it on the plastic and then the plastic all gets eaten away. So I think probably how it works is that there's thousands of little tiny mice in here. And then you put it up against the plastic and they're like, oh, we love this stuff. And they go squeak, 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 squeak. And all the plastic gets all chewed up. I think that's what makes the most sense to me. Those are all sanded. I'm gonna panel line these separately. One of the problems with seam lines in kits too is if you try to panel line them after you put them together, the ink can get into the seam and then you get an even more obvious seam line. No, the mice won't unionize. They love eating the plastic. In fact, if I don't build models for long enough, it can be dangerous. I gotta just, like, rub the file on some random plastic so they can survive. I remember in the Discworld books, that's canonically how cameras work, is that it's a box and it has this little tiny magical imp inside with a painter's set, and you point it at something and you press a button and the imp paints a picture of whatever you pointed it at. That's another NoA recommendation, is read Discworld. Discworld is awesome. There's so many of those books. And I remember little NoA when I was in middle school. Our school library had like a ton of them. And I just got really into just like checking them out, tearing through it, checking another one out, tearing through it. And I think I've actually read all of them. Not all in middle school, but like over the years. Which is kind of impressive, because like I said, there's like a shitload of them. Sir Terry Pratchett was a very prolific writer. Oh, actually, and on the stock, I will add some. That's another thing I'd like to do more of again. I don't read books that often anymore. And when I was younger, I read so many books. And I honestly think it, like, is good for my brain to read books. So if y'all have any very good book recommendations, hit me with them. Exactly. It's not called being book dumb. It's called being book smart. This goes on like this. Eh? Why it no fit? Eh? D16, right? Oh. Wrong piece. Oh, yeah, that'd be interesting. I do like reading foreign novels. One of the things I read recently was I got this anthology of science fiction short stories from China, and it was really good, actually. Or some of them were really good. Some of them I didn't care for, but I think that's how it usually is with short story anthologies. You'll find some you really enjoy and some you don't, but because they're short stories, it's like not a big deal if one of them sucks. Sinuhe the Egyptian. I do not, but I will write it down. Interesting. I'm actually... The place I'm going to look at glasses has a bookstore near it, so maybe I'll take a peek and see if they have this. Because it looks good. This is the actual front of the shotgun. I'll put a little dot of black ink in the barrel. Put the stock on the back. Now, should be able to drop the model and also hold the shotgun in his hand. Come on. If I can get his hand back open. Oh my god. Well, sometimes there's a problem where the hands don't stick together enough. So they always fall apart when you're trying to put heavier weapons in them. So maybe it's a good thing that this is so sticky. Okay, so... like that. And like ta-da! Woo, he's got his shotgun. There we go. There, that's pretty decent progress for the day. Nice proggers, thank you. But yeah, I think I'm gonna finish up here and go find myself some lunch. But I will continue this guy another time. I think we can probably... I'll do the head off stream, because I want to do that sequin thing. But probably like 1 or 2 more little weekend streams. And we can finish putting this little guy together. You guys can help me name him. Oh, speaking of names, I need you to meet my cactus before I go, because you've met my cat. This is Elster. This is my cacti. They live on the windowsill next to my desk where it's sunny. Their name is Elster because I got them when I was still suffering from Signalis brain rot, which I'm still suffering from, by the way. I would highly recommend if you were on the fence about picking up Signalis to do so, because holy shit, that game was really good. But yeah, so that's Elster. Actually, they're gonna need their first watering at my home this weekend, I think. Are you getting thirsty? I know you're not supposed to drink too much water, but I think you're supposed to drink some water soon. No, it doesn't meow, but it's good because parentheses likes to bite things. And so I was worried that, you know, if I got a plant, she'd want to bite it. But Elster is spiky. So parentheses has not tried to bite her. No, you can't bite it. It's got spikes on it. It'll hurt. And also, it'll hurt my cactus, which is the more important thing. But yeah, I will see y'all later. I'm just gonna chill tomorrow. I don't know. Maybe I'll do some gorilla streams this weekend, or maybe I'll just chill. But I'll put up a schedule sometime tomorrow. Maybe. Probably. If I feel like it. No! Don't crunch them! Oh, I had to double check to make sure Elster was alright. I got worried there. But yeah, I hope y'all have a good time of day, and I will see you later. Bye, biking.